What's up, guys? I'm going to break down how I lost 30 pounds of stubborn fat in only 120 days without eating only clean, doing endless cardio, and chasing perfection. And it only takes about 5 to 7 hours a week to implement. So if you're a sports sales executive who is sick and tired of struggling to lose fat, even though you're doing a bunch of cardio, you're eating clean, you're going to the gym, maybe you even feel like you've tried every single thing, or maybe you haven't got started at all because you just don't have the time or you feel like you don't have the energy to even make yourself a priority and focus on your health. And all you want is a simple, more enjoyable way to lose stubborn fat every single week, then follow along with what I'm about to share with you right now. And in this video, I'm going to break down how I and my clients have lost 15 to 30 pounds of fat in only 6 months without, again, doing the endless cardio, eating clean, and everything most people hate about getting healthy and getting into shape. And again, if you're struggling with everything I just stated above, this video could change every single thing for you. But before I dive in, guys, I want to say who this video is not for. This video is not for any sports sales executive who expects overnight results, whether that's, losing 15 plus pounds per month right out the gate. You're stuck in the old school, Arnold way of thinking or working out or taking a bunch of HIIT classes or just feeling like you know it all and you don't want to be coachable. This is also not for someone who doesn't want to eat out or actually enjoy their life and they just enjoy being in this very strict mentality. And lastly, if you're not ready to commit 5 to 7 hours per week to exercise and eating right and putting yourself first so you can become the best version of you, then this video is definitely not for you. But who is this for? This is for the sports sales executive who wants to lose 15 to 30 pounds of belly fat or your love handles while keeping it off for good while building lean muscle. And if you're someone who's sick of yo-yo dieting, when it comes to, looking like you did in high school, college, or even college athletics when you used to play sports and need a simple, realistic, and proven blueprint for busy as fuck sports sales executive, then this is for you. This is also for you if you feel like you've done it all and you still can't have the body you want, but you're just looking for the right solution to get you to your ultimate destination. And lastly, if you know that you have more to give to your family, your friends, your career, and more deep down, the potential to become your best and highest self possible, then this is for you. So keep watching. But before we jump in, I just want to share a quick story about my client Devin right here. He was just like you. He was working, 50, 60 plus hours a week, grinding in his career, focusing on just his career to hopefully so he can keep getting promotion after promotion after promotion. And Devin was also a college athlete with hockey, right? And he fell off the wagon for about like 2 or 3 years. He'd find himself in spurts, working out like 1 to 2 weeks here and there. And then right before he would start making a habit, he would just fall off, whether it was work, personal stuff, whatever happened got in the way, just took him off his path. And he just was very frustrated because even though he wanted to make a change, he didn't know where to start, because his whole lifestyle changed from being a college athlete to working in sales, sports sales, and he just felt stuck and lost and kind of began to accept like this is his reality and how it was always going to be. And also because he didn't have the right tools to kind of navigate through how to get to his goals through working those 50, 60 plus hours a week and working in a high demanding career. And you can see on the left, obviously he was not in the best shape and obviously the shape he didn't want to be. But on the right, he's lost 21 pounds of fat in only 6 months while still grinding 50 plus hours in sports sales. He's even actually had some of his best days where he's closed $37,000 in sales in one day, followed by another $15,000 to $16,000 day right after that, right? And he's already on pace to crush his yearly goals that was set by his team. So on the left pick, he was 226 pounds. On the right, he's currently at 205 pounds, and you can see how much a more chiseled physique and how much more muscle definition he has. And he's just starting to, told me this the other day, he's just how much he's starting to love himself even more and just be in a place of abundance and happiness because he now is working on even bettering his physique, but also, crushing in his career and taking care of everyone that he needs to take care of in his life. Or let's take a quick look at Bernadette. She lost 15 pounds of stubborn fat while being a director of ticket sales in the minor leagues for baseball. And while she was leading a team and working 60 plus hours per week, guys, working some days 8 to 8, still working when she got home, even on the weekends during in season. And look how much she made it possible. You can see right there, look how much her stomach has toned up, her arms, everything, and just feeling more confident, guys. And you might be asking, who am I? Well, my name is Tyler Jones, and I was a sports sales executive for a year in the NFL. I worked for the New York Jets from 2019 to 2020, and I'm super passionate about helping sports sales executive build the life they desire through fitness and nutrition as a basis, which is the key to unlocking the deepest potential. And I saw a huge need because most people in sales are grinding themselves into the ground like I did, chasing success and putting their health last. And real quick, I just want to dive a little deeper into my story, guys. Like I said, I started back in June of 2019, and I got started in the inside sales program at the New York Jets. And right before transitioning in the sports world, I was a personal trainer for about 3 years. I had worked at a local crunch down at Rutgers University, and I had helped over 100 plus people get into the best shape of their life, lose fat and build muscle. And I led a team there as well. So when I made the transition to sports sales, it was definitely something I never expected. Going from having my own schedule to working out kind of when I want to, being able to eat clean, hit the gym every day, to now working, 60, 70, 80 hours a week at some times and grinding to fight for a promotion. It really shocked my world. And early on, I had to make my first sale for about my first month on the team. I was actually like one of the last people. I was kind of like a slow starter when it came to selling tickets. And eventually, I started to catch my stride. I started to do well. And I started to actually become one of the top reps in the class. And I was on top of the world, right? Going from the bottom all the way to the top in such a short amount of time. But what really had hit me by that point, even though I was top rep in the class, one of the top reps, I had developed, started binge eating, started partying every single weekend, doing the back-to-backs, getting about 4 or 5 hours of sleep, relying on coffee, caffeine, 3 or 4 cups a day to get me through my day. I developed, high levels of stress and anxiety. And this kind of really snowballed into a lot of other worse problems that came up where my relationship started to get infected. I didn't have good relationships with my friends, my families. I was always in a bad place, irritable, and I kind of just always wanted to be closed off and be by myself. And, even though the success was great, and fast forward, 4 or 5 months, I ended up gaining 30 pounds of fat, because again, with the partying, not getting sleep, being super stressed out, I also developed binge eating. And food was my way of comfort to kind of make me feel better because I was in such a shitty place. And I just felt like at that time, my sales career was like eating my soul. Like I just felt like every day was a drag, and every day I was just motivated by fear and anxiety to make it, to be super successful, chase the perfection. And I always beat myself up for every single mistake, every single sale I didn't close, and I don't know if that relates with some of you out there right now in the world of sports sales. And I just kind of, again, suits didn't fit well anymore. I just felt really uncomfortable with myself. And it wasn't until I got to about December, I think the exact date is December 8th, or December 6th, 2019, when I was leaving MetLife Stadium after working about an 8 to 8 shift, and I ran into Jamal Adams. And I remember asking him, telling him, I work for your team, man. Super excited to meet you. What's some advice you can give to a 22-year-old kid trying to make it in the world? And I remember what he said kind of changed my life forever. He said, always focus on what you control and what you can't. And then he left. I thanked him so much, went to my car and just looked at myself in the mirror and realized how I had let myself go. I was focusing so much on what I couldn't control, my sales, getting people to buy, and just everything that I couldn't control. And versus when I looked in the mirror, I just let myself go. I had a double chin, 30 pounds overweight, and I just broke down in my car and just started crying. That the fact that I kind of let myself go, and it was such a shock. And that's when I had reached out to another coach, my old coach, who had helped me get in shape when I was skinny fat early on in my journey during right out of high school. And we got together. He helped me create a quick routine, something I could do in and out, because I was so used to working out 5 days per week while I was before working in sports sales, and how I had just fallen off and everything like that. So we got started, even though I had fears of the time, the energy, didn't know how I was going to pay for it, all this stuff, only making $10 an hour at the time. And I just decided to say, fuck it. And I took the leap. And that is when my life changed forever. And as you can see on this next slide, I was able to lose the 30 pounds of stubborn fat. I was able to double my energy again in those 4 months and become a top sales rep in my sales academy again, because I had been in a slump for about 2 whole months. I had less stress, less anxiety. I had better relationships with my friends and family now, and I had a more fulfilled personal life, and I finally became my best self, all while still working those same amount of hours and being on the limited time I had. And that's where the harsh truths came in for me, guys. I realized there was no such thing as not having enough time, or, that won't work for me, that worked for them and it won't work for me mentality. Or, the fact is that you don't need to dedicate your life to fitness to be fit. You don't need to chase that perfection or be that all or nothing mentality. It's not about fitting into a program. It's about making a program fit in with you and your lifestyle and what you're trying to do. And no matter what your friends, your family, your coworkers say, you don't need crazy good genetics either to look good and feel amazing in your body and become the top sports sales executive you're meant to be, guys. And with the Athlete Shred protocol that was born, the blueprint for busy sports sales executives that I built through my own 7+ years of experience and implemented in 150 plus of my clients' lives, getting them the amazing physique changes in just 180 days that they've kept forever. So I've decided to reveal the major breakdowns of the Athlete Shred protocol for you. And this is the Athlete Shred protocol, guys. Pillar number one is the inner alpha reset. And why this pillar is super important and what it is, it's all about reprogramming your mind, right? And resetting it for like you were when you were an athlete, when you kind of had that mentality of like, we're going to go all in and we're going to make it, right? And with the inner alpha reset, why it's super important is because it's going to help you restore that confidence in you, not just in how you look and how you feel, but also restore it in like what you do and who you are and the value in who you are. Not attached to a sale, not attached to a career, but just the value of who you are as a person. So you start to develop a better relationship with yourself, and that in return is going to help you build a better relationship with your career and also the people around you. Because at the end of the day, a career doesn't define you. Success doesn't define who you are as a person. So with these 3 quick steps, we're going to focus on the now, taking yourself out of the past, the mistakes, whatever happened in the fucking past is in the past. And then whatever is in the future, it doesn't fucking exist because it hasn't happened yet. So now we're going to bring your mindset back to the now and what you can control right at this moment, right? And also to embrace the inevitable, right? Embrace that you're going to have a busy schedule, that shit is going to hit the fan, and that things are going to happen that are out of your control, so you can bring back to what can you control even when those things happen, right? Because that's where your power comes from, and taking ownership of your life, guys. And that also comes with resetting your mind that you are the creator of your health and fitness goals, your fat loss goals, the way you want your life to be. You are the creator of all of it. So now to reset your mind so you have full ownership and control of your life. That is pillar number 1. And what that's going to do is just going to give you that peace of mind, the less stress, the less anxiety that you ultimately are chasing and desire on a day in, day out basis. Pillar number 2 is the Flex Nutrition Plan, guys. So number 1 is the do it yourself or the done for you meal prep, guys. So obviously in the world of sales, it's easy to get caught up in, boredom, always wanting variety, always eating out on the go, always de-stressing when it comes to the weekends and eating whatever and trying to enjoy time with family and friends. So we're going to teach you the meal prep of how to do it on your own, but also how to rely on meal prep companies and how to do it for yourself, guys. So do it for you, so that way you can just grab and go and you don't even have to worry about it. Eating on the go mastery. This is where we're going to teach you how to eat on the go and how to master it. And regardless if it's healthy food, fast food, doesn't matter. You're still going to be able to, eat on the go and still lose fat around your crazy schedule, guys. Number 6 is the flexible dieting lifestyle. And this is where macros come into play. And we teach you exactly how much food do you need on a daily basis for your body and your goals. So you know exactly the right proportions and how to eat right to see success in your goals, guys. And also having the flexibility of still being able to go out and, enjoy time with friends, with family, go on vacations and live it up and have fun. So that way you don't have to stress about, hey, fucking up or go living it up and then losing progress for when you come back, and kind of instilling that balance in your life that you have been looking for. So it doesn't have to be all or nothing mentality of where you have to go into the strict lifestyle, because that is a big reason why people end up losing and gaining the same 15 to 30 pounds over and over again, is because they do get bored, they enter a strict diet, and then they just want to let loose once they're done with their diet. I'm teaching you how to have sustainability for the rest of your life. And pillar number 3 is metabolic weight training, guys. So we're going to lift for aesthetics. And again, we're going to lift to build lean muscle, but also train for volume, right? So volume, getting your body used to it, doing the right form, and that way you avoid injuries altogether, while also working towards increasing intensity, working on your strength, so that way you increase your performance as well. Number 8 is to optimize your hormones. We want to get your hormones, your testosterone, your estrogen, for guys and for girls, right? Want to get it back in the right places that it needs to be, because stress, not getting enough sleep, all those things are affecting your hormones. And even crash dieting is affecting your hormones. So we got to get those things back to center. So not only do you feel good, but your metabolism now skyrockets. So that way you can still even have more of a flexible dieting lifestyle, to where like you don't have to worry about every single piece of food food you put in your body, or even if you miss one workout, it's not the end of the world, guys. And then also athletic movement. At the end of the day, weights are great, and doing cardio from time to time is great, but also I want you guys to be able to take your fitness and transcend to another level, where eventually you do want to run that marathon, or you do want to join a men's or a women's league with sports, or a co-ed league, or you want to go do a mud run or a Spartan race, whatever it is, those events that make you live like you're thriving, you feel alive. That is the goal, to eventually get you to a place to teach you it's not just weights, lifting, and all the boring stuff. It's also having fun and doing events and kind of taking your fitness to the next level. And also, guys, along with the Inner Alpha Reset, it's common to have a fear of failure, chasing perfection, even a fear of success. And by having all of these pillars checked off, that is going to eliminate all those beliefs and all those things standing in your way. And that is the Athlete Shred Protocol. And look at Aaron. Aaron was a former soccer athlete growing up, and already was working out 5 days per week around his busy schedule, sometimes even an hour and a half in the gym before coming to see me. He wasn't seeing results that he wanted. He was already trying to cut out carbs, going vegan, or just trying to eat clean, and always found himself going good Monday through Friday and then binging on the weekends, even around these diets. And he just became super frustrated that he couldn't shed the stubborn fat, and almost accepted that this was the best it could be. And then after reaching out and us working together, in only 4 months, he dropped 21 pounds of fat. Went from the left to the right. You can see he's a lot more happier, a lot more confident, and he doubled his energy and his performance at work, guys. So Aaron is another testament of what I just broke down with the Athlete Shred Protocol, of what is possible. And he did it before the 6-month mark. Or even look at Steve, who was a former track athlete in college and fallen off with working out for 2 whole years. He was working 80 hours per week and barely getting by due to his energy and being low, and relying on caffeine to get him through his day. And he believed he would never have the time to work out or prioritize his health again, because of his crazy schedule and how shitty he felt on a day-to-day. And same with Steve. And only in those 4 months, he lost 20 pounds. And you can see how he went from, on the left, very, not confident, not sure of what the future holds, not sure of what he could control, to being confident on the right, head held high, more chiseled physique. You could even start to see his abs coming in. And both Aaron and Steve are still doing great to this day, all from making that one decision and making the change they needed to make. Now that you know exactly how the Athlete Shred Protocol works, I have an offer for you. If you're a sports sales exec who has unwanted belly fat after years of packing it on, is tired of putting yourself last, wants to live a more fulfilled personal life, wants to double your energy in sales, wants to give more to your friends, family, and everyone you care about, get a low body fat percentage and look good and feel good on vacations while and in the office, and wants to finally have the healthiest, strongest body you've ever had. And you can see some of my clients right here who are still freaking crushing it. Click the link below to book a coaching call or DM me the word alive via LinkedIn or Instagram, and I'll personally help you lose that 15 to 30 pounds of fat in a sustainable way and even grow 4 to 8 pounds of lean muscle in those next 180 days or less using the Athlete Shred protocol, guys. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, but I hope to see you in applying or messaging the word alive so we can get your journey kick started today, guys. And have a great day as always, and I will talk to you soon and hopefully see you on the inside. Have a good one.